Hello, I'm John Rossi, a touring drummer with a love of all things animal. When I'm on the road, I visit as many zoos, aquariums... Hey, wait a minute. What's going on? Hey, what's going on there? Hello? 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 We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you Rossifari Zoo news. News you can use from the world of zoos and conservation. Every week, we bring you breaking news and analysis from around the globe, featuring the animals you love and the people who care for them. And here's your anchorman, John Rossi. Hello, 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 and welcome to a very special edition of Rossifari Zoo News. This is a bonus episode because we have special late-breaking news that we wanted to share with everyone in the Rossifari community. So it turns out that all over the country, zoos and aquariums are starting to open up admission to their summer camp programs for children. And a few places do it for adults as well, but frankly, not enough do because I want to go to some zoo summer camps. But I'm apparently too old for most of them. However, I know that many of you listening may have children, and I don't know if you've really taken the time to consider how awesome zoo camp can be. And it turns out that some of these places I've heard from people are already filling up quickly. So now is the time to start to look into your local zoos and see if they do anything like a zoo camp. And so I wanted to share that information with you. And I thought, what better way to do it than by talking to somebody who went to zoo camp last summer. Okay, so full disclosure, y'all. I got this audio last year after a zoo camp happened, and I intended to drop it in at some point, and then it occurred to me that, well, what was the point? Why are we talking about zoo camp when no one can do anything about it? So my life got hectic, and I kept thinking about it, and finally I realized the best thing to do was to share this audio with you now, when you can actually take advantage of it and sign your kids up, or again, in some places, yourself up for zoo camp. So today, you are going to be hearing from my young friend, Nancy. And Nancy attended zoo camp at Zoo America, which is a small but wonderful AZA-accredited zoo that is in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's actually part of Hershey Park, but it's open year-round, even when the zoo isn't. So, yeah, I'm going to take some time now and let you hear some of Nancy's thoughts on zoo camp. And hopefully this encourages you to go and sign your family up. All right. Well, why don't we start off by me asking you who you are and what you are doing on my podcast.
Hi, my name is Nancy, and I went to zoo camp at Zoo America in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you did, and that is awesome. I love that you did that. So tell me, what is zoo camp like? What do you do there?
Well, zoo camp is like you stand at the front gate and wait for a person to let you in, and then you go into this special room, and then you can play games or color, and you put your name tag on. And you have to create your own name tag on your first day.
Oof, that sounds scary to me. I don't like making things. I'm not very good at it. But okay, go on.
So then I made mine a rainbow, and then I watched a video of an animal, and I played a game with my friend, and then we did some crafts, and then we went on our zoo walk. So then we had this worksheet that we learned about animals, and we went all over the zoo.
Well, that sounds fun. Tell me more about these zoo walks. What do you get to do? The whole zoo, just part of it? Do you ever get to go in with animals?
Only if it's a special day. So when it was the special day, we made popsicles for the bears, wolves, and otters. The otters and wolves got fish popsicles, so it was just water and fish. And so we froze them and put them in the freezer. For the bears, they had blueberries and grapes. Then it was the same thing, but without fish. And there were 2 girl wolves and 1 boy wolf. And there were 2 otters, but when we threw the popsicles in, they let them melt. And for the bears, there are 2 boys, and one is named Chief, but I forget the other's name.
That's okay. Chief's clearly the cool one. So you said popsicles. Are they like on a stick?
No. They're in a bowl, but then you take them out of the bowl. But for the wolves and otters, they were in cups.
Sweet. That's a cool form of enrichment. Did they seem to enjoy them?
Yes, I think they loved them because the fish were still whole, but they were cut up. And the bears got a larger portion that we gave them 2. And then the otters got 2. And then the wolves got 3 because there were 3 of them.
Well, that's cool. But wait, did you actually like make these? Like, did you have to touch like the fish with your hands?
Yes, and then we washed our hands.
Well, that's good.
And we could still smell them after we washed our hands, but the scent went away.
Well, that's good because I know your mother and she is not putting up with fish smelling hands, not by a long shot. But speaking of hands, did you actually get to be hands-on with any of the animals at the zoo?
Yes, we got to touch 2 snakes, and we actually got to see a snake shed and eat.
Oh, sweet. Snakes are awesome. What did you see it eat?
It ate a dead mouse, and we got to watch it squeeze, and sometimes it likes to play with its food.
Same, honestly. Do you happen to remember this snake's name?
I know one was named Bandit, because he lived in the desert. One was named Gumbo. She lived in the pine forest. And then the other one was a rattlesnake. And I forget where it was from, but I think it was from the desert too.
Yeah, that makes sense. What other cool things did you get to see and or do there?
We got to see some animals play. There are 3. I forget what type of animal they were called, but they were really cute and cool, but they were also smelly.
You know you're talking about animals when you can't quite remember the species, but you can definitely remember the smell. But what did they look like?
They were long and skinny. They were a little bit wide. I would say like about an inch wide, but the end of them was like more than an inch, like an inch and a centimeter. And the whole animal was 1 foot long.
All right. North American animal because it's at Zoo America and they only do North America. Skinny, cute and smelly, long. A ferret. Is it a ferret?
Oh, yes, it was a ferret.
Hashtag nailed it. But that's really cool. Any other awesome, adorable animal things happen while you were at zoo camp?
Oh, yes, we also got to see prairie dogs, and one was showing off because it was making a new home.
Well, that's really cool. So tell me, I assume that they don't just allow children to run around the zoo unaccompanied. So tell me a little bit about the staff, the adults, the people that are taking care of you. There are adults there, right?
Yes.
Well, that's good. So yeah, what's the deal? Are they like people that work at the zoo?
Yes. One was in the barn house enclosure. So if you go there, you'll see a person holding a baby owl, I think. And it's a barn owl. And she was one of my educators. And I had about 5 or 4 of them. The 5th one always came in to check. She helped us if we ever needed help. So she came around usually.
Cool. Well, they sound like wonderful people, and I'm sure they're having a great time having to take care of kids and animals at the same time. That's awesome. And hey, Zoo America, I'm sure you take good care of your keepers, but all of these people deserve a raise. No, but so I'm curious. Your mom mentioned to me something called Family Day. Tell me about that.
In Family Day, my brother, mom, and dad came. I also went, and when everybody wasn't there, everybody who was in zoo camp their parents and family came. So then we got to have ice cream. We got to go around the zoo. My family got to see every animal. When the line wasn't long for ice cream, we got ice cream, and I got to take one of my educators' ice cream. And I was going to tell him, but I didn't have time to.
Oh, that's cold. But hey, what's your favorite part of zoo camp?
My favorite part of zoo camp would be mainly everything, because it was all pretty fun, and they made it really fun because they knew we would like it.
All right, well, that's cool. So we have a tradition on this podcast where I ask all of my guests if they have a poop story. Poop story. So did you end up getting like pooped on or peed on or anything like that at all?
No.
All right. Well, clearly they really were taking good care of you. But what would you say is the grossest thing that you did at zoo camp?
I think putting the fish into the popsicles.
Oh, come on. That couldn't be that gross. You were wearing gloves, right?
No.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you just barehanded dead fish and shoved them into popsicles for animals?
Yes.
Awesome. I love that so much. Good for you. That is so cool. Do you have any advice for people who might go to zoo camp after hearing this episode?
I would recommend if you go to zoo camp, I didn't ask for gloves, but next time I go to zoo camp and I do that thing, I'm going to ask for gloves.
No, wait, but I was just giving you props for not asking for gloves and saying how cool that was. And now you're telling me that you're going to ask for gloves even after all of that?
Yes.
Fine. Well, it sounds like you had a lot of fun at zoo camp, but I'm curious if you actually learned anything. So pop quiz time. Tell me an interesting animal fact.
Snakes eat their food whole, and prairie dogs have a home that you have. They have a kitchen, their own rooms, a bathroom, I think. And yeah, it's the same. They have a new animal in the zoo, and it's a skunk. So it was pretty cool. We saw that on family night.
Awesome. You really did learn some cool stuff. So what is your favorite animal at the zoo?
I feel like the prairie dogs because their babies are really cute and they remind me of dogs.
Any other favorites? I know your mother likes to harass me for not knowing what that word means, but I know that cool people can actually have more than one favorite animal, right?
Yes, I also like the mountain lions, the wolves, and mostly like every animal because they all have pretty cool features.
I mean, honestly, that's a pretty great answer.
And the snakes at Zoo America in our classroom, they were fully trained. We also had a pancake lizard, a turtle.
Was it a box turtle, perchance? They're usually really good ambassadors, and I love them.
Yeah, a box turtle. And then we got to see a tortoise walk. We got to see two of them, actually. And last year at Zoo Camp, we got to see a white skunk.
Nice. Well, I assume after all of this awesomeness that you are planning on attending zoo camp again, right?
Yes, I would love to do it every year.
Well, that's awesome. Are you a person who would like to maybe grow up and work with animals someday?
Yes, I would love to work with animals and work at Zoo America and be like a zoo camp educator.
Wow, that's awesome. Even knowing that somebody might steal your ice cream, you want to be a zoo camp educator? Okay. Why?
Because it sounds pretty fun.
Well, that's a good reason. Anything else you got for us?
Well, if you go to zoo camp, you'll see a lot of cool animals, and you won't go into places that other people see. So there's going to be like a hospital, and there's going to be like where the food are stored, and you may go into places that staff can only go in, because our classroom is for staff only, and we got to see a lot of cool things. We got to pet things that other people can't touch, and we learned a lot of things. So if you sign up for zoo camp, it's really fun. I hope you do, because if you're in my class, it'll be really fun.
Well, I'm sold. Do you think I should go to zoo camp?
Yeah.
But am I too old?
I think so.
Yeah, me too. How old do you think I am?
I would say about in his 30s or 20s.
20s for sure. Now tell everyone how old your mom is. No, I'm just kidding. But last call, is there anything else you want to tell us about zoo camp?
We got to see the ferrets play. It was really funny. One was not coming out of the tunnel when our educators were trying to get her out. It was really funny, and how you can tell the girl apart from the boys was that the girl had an earring on her. She looked pretty cute in it, and then the funniest part about the ferrets playing was a boy was getting out, and then the girl pushed him out. It was really funny.
That's awesome. So I mentioned that we normally have a poop story.
Poop story.
So can you just kind of say that phrase musically so that I could have it for future episodes?
Poop story. Poop story. Poop story. Poop story.
All right. Awesome job. You nailed it. Okay. And now, since this is a news show, I think it is time for you to do a proper sign off.
This is Nancy, Zoo Camp reporter for Rossifari Zoo News.
Awesome work, Nancy. Thank you so very much. So there you have it, folks. Straight from the camper's mouth, you should be signing up for zoo camp or signing your kids up for zoo camp if you're too old, although I really think that none of us should ever be too old. But hey, that's just me. Anyway, I would like to say thank you to Liz Dunleavy, a good friend, good supporter of the podcast, and somebody who's just been in my life a long time and who loaned me her daughter for this episode. Thank you to Nancy for doing this. That was absolutely a joy. I appreciated that so much. And thank you to Laura Shank and Kristen Dickey, my Red Panda level patrons. And I'll be back with the regular episode on Tuesday. So until then, remember, friends, the words Zoo Camp News credits backwards. What is wrong with me? Anyway, are Steiderk Swen Pamak Ooze. The Rossifari podcast is produced, hosted, and engineered by John Rossi. Editing and fact-checking by John and Dr. Zoe Rossi. Our theme song is Sevens by Nathan Burke, performed by Nathan and John. Interrupting John theme and additional voices by Taylor Isaac Gray. You can reach John directly on Instagram and Facebook at Rossifari or by email at rossifaripod@gmail.com. Rossifari is part of the Daydreamer Media Network. Now, stop listening to me and go visit a zoo.